Welcome back to this episode of The Gear Shelf. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Isaac Leonard, and I am a cinematographer and filmmaker, and I run this YouTube channel called The Gear Shelf, and we talk about why gear does matter and how we can use gear to improve our work. This video today, we're talking about how you can avoid making proxies and why that's important. So there's a lot of different factors in having a computer that's powerful enough to play back the media that you're recording. There's kind of three different determinations for why your computer can or cannot play footage. There is what you recorded it on, so the media, and that includes like 4K, 1080p, 4K, 6K, 8K, and then there's also the codec that it's shot in, so like 265, ProRes, XAVC. So that's one. So we have the media on one. Then on two, we have the computer speed, so the CPU and the GPU and the software that you're using to play it back, and then the operating system, so macOS and Windows operate differently. And then you finally have the destination that your post-production media lives on. So that is the pillar that I would like to talk about today, and in my opinion, one of the most overlooked. This right here is the Samsung T7 4TB SSD. This thing has saved me on a numerous number of occasions from needing to generate proxies on high intense projects. This drive cost about $250. It has a read-write speed of 1,000 to 2,000 megabytes per second. Why this is important is because your computer needs fast data bandwidth to be able to play back the media and to be able to edit it fast on the timeline. So if you couple shooting with an easy codec on your camera and you put this on this hard drive, I guarantee you that will solve most of your problems. Back in the day when I was editing on an old iMac, I was recording in Blackmagic Raw 6K, and I had problems editing that footage, and it didn't matter if I had a nice SSD or not because the media was just so hard to play. However, if I transcoded that media to ProRes, I was able to put it on here and edit no problem. So I think hard drive speed is often overlooked on young filmmakers because they just look for, I need to store 4 terabytes for my project, so I'll buy a 4 terabyte drive. But this drive right here is the secret, because if you opt for the 2 terabyte model, that's only like 120 bucks, you can just store your active projects on this and then store your bigger stuff on the bigger external hard drives and use this just for your working projects and to store active media. I recently got back from a work trip and I use these all the time to back up my footage and to offload and then keep shooting. This is literally the size of like an SD card reader back in the day. So this thing is tiny. This is the size of my phone. I mean, it's literally smaller than my iPhone. So you have no reason not to own at least one of these, because these things make your workflow faster, it makes you more efficient, and it allows for fast color grading, faster turnaround times, faster exports, and I really trust this. My last word of caution is if you're gonna buy this, I would recommend to also buy a hard drive for archive. Can't stress this enough, I know too many filmmakers that don't back up their media. And an SSD, when it fails, to my knowledge, more often than not, the whole drive fails, whereas hard drives tend to slowly deteriorate and bits start to die off, and you can recover generally about 80% of it if you catch it on time. That is my opinion on the Samsung T7 Shield and why you need to buy one to save you from making proxies. If you thought this video was helpful, please stay tuned for more like this, and I will see you in the next.